Hello everyone, my name is Shai. Welcome back to my channel Shai-Lights. For this video, I have a new segment that I've been wanting to start for a while. It's where I talk about my unpopular opinions. I've had this idea for like a really long time because on YouTube I watch a lot of unpopular opinion videos, but I never really thought of making one myself. I also previously wanted to have a podcast, but podcasting is more complicated, and until I don't learn about those avenues, I think that this is a great start. So this is where we're gonna start. In today's video, I wanted to talk about how I feel like celebrities are contributing to our views of toxic relationships and just expose us to toxic relationships in general. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this topic is because I've been seeing a lot of celebrities and the toxicity on the internet, and I really do feel like it has effects on people in general and how people view relationships and what they think is healthy and what is not. Now, the first people I want to talk about that I feel like have branched this topic for me, because this is a topic that I've been wanting to talk about for a long time, is Chrisean and Blueface. Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of you know about their story, but basically, the way Chrisean and Blueface started was because Blueface started a reality love show where women would stay at his house and they would basically record everything. I don't know if it was a stream. I just know it was some type of TV show. But they met on that show. While he was filming that show, he was still with his baby mother, Jaden Alexis. And he happened to meet Chrisean on the show. And there was like a back and forth between Chrisean and Jaden. And Chrisean fell from somewhere and her tooth came out of her mouth or something. So I guess her and Blueface like trauma bonded because she got an injury because of him, and he saw how attached to him she was, so he just kind of took her on. Now, they've always had a very toxic relationship, in my opinion, and I think it stems from Blueface just not being the type of guy that's loyal, and Chrisean being a woman that probably has a lot of traumas in her life and doesn't know what self-love is for real, because if you look at her now to this day, it's the same thing. So where I feel like it's shaping toxic relationships currently is because we've basically seen their whole relationship play out online. And I'm pretty sure everybody knows about Chrisean and Blueface, and just like the things that have been documented and the things like basically their whole lives are out there. We done seen their show together. I honestly watched it because it was on Sue's network, and I remember watching the show and I'm like, this is crazy. Like, it really highlighted like their life, and I'm shocked that, well, I'm not really shocked because obviously they did it for money. They let the cameras in for money. But the stuff that I saw on that show was like Chrisean always drinking and her and Blueface not having very good communication all the time. And just there was even one point where they got into like a physical altercation and Chrisean hit him in the back of the head with a bottle, so he had like glass bits in his head, and she was trying to take out the glass bits with like a vacuum. It was like crazy. And then I'm pretty sure they even documented like her whole pregnancy and when she got pregnant, and apparently when she would get pregnant he wouldn't want to keep it, so he would initiate something else. I'm pretty sure you guys know what I'm implying, but he would tell her to get rid of it and she would get rid of it. And then Jaden got pregnant with her second kid, and Chrisean wanted a baby by Blueface, so I guess they decided they were going to have a kid together, or she decided, and we saw how all of that unveiled. And even to this day, now she has a child. Everybody's speculating that he has fetal alcohol syndrome. Blueface was in jail. She wasn't with him. She was like with she was with this guy, then she was with that guy. Then all of a sudden when he came out, she ran to him when she had an opportunity on Baddies to kind of like put herself out there. But she decided to go run to Blueface like she always does. And now she's like on the internet threatening him online after he just got out of jail. and basically saying that she wants to unalive him and she wants him to go back to jail. So I mean, just like that whole relationship in general, like obviously these are not two people that care about society and like what society thinks about them. And you know, I'm the type of person that in the past, did I idolize celebrities? Yes, but as I've gotten older, I've learned, you know, to separate the artists from their talent, because you actually never know who that person is in real life. You can like what they do, you can like their music, you can like their persona on TV, but you really never know what that person's like in person. You don't know what they're really like, what their morals are, and these are people that are showing that they have no morals at all. Like they don't care. Blueface grew up in a not so great household that also contributes to a lot. Chrisean as well. So these are people that, you know, came from struggle, so they don't mind showing their struggle on TV. But I just think that displaying that type of behavior in such a mass way can affect what people see as normal, because you're exposed to it. Like I'm telling you, when I was watching the show, I was like, what is going on? Like I couldn't believe it. Like I was like, wow, like this is so like raw, and just like you could tell it was authentic. Like obviously some stuff on social media is scripted, but for a while it has been known that their relationship has been toxic. Besides like the show and a storyline, like you could just tell it's like authentically toxic. And I don't know, something about that, like I just think about, what if like a teenager is watching that show and they think like, oh okay, she hit him over the head with a bottle, then after they were all loved up in the car, trauma bonding. Okay, so obviously, you know, this can happen in toxic relationships, and they might see that as normal. And it's like, you know, that just shapes how people could potentially see their relationships in the future, or even how their relationship is now, where they have a kid together, they're trying to co-parent, but obviously there's something going on with the child. You know, I don't like to assume disabilities and push disabilities onto children, but obviously there's something going on there. And you know, she's neglecting that, and I feel like she always resorts to religion anytime it comes to like any type of scrutiny that she could face. And you know, what is that showing people? Like that's such a crazy thing to be exposed to. And it just makes me think about, you know, these people are so okay with putting every ounce of their life on there. And even so, as a person, that's not healthy, because people are going to go in and criticize everything about you. But it's just crazy how they're so open to put that out there and don't even think about like, oh, my kids could potentially see this in the future, or this could shape the way someone sees. Like I understand that nowadays celebrities have this stigma of like, don't idolize me, I never said I was anybody's idol. But you have to know that when you're that level of famous and everybody's watching your life, that you're gonna have some type of impact on somebody in society, a fan of yours, a person in your life. Like people are watching you. And I feel like a lot of celebrities try to deter from that because they don't want to be shamed for what they do. But we have to be honest with ourselves. People are watching you, and you will probably influence somebody. Not everybody's on the same level of smart. Not everybody knows, oh, this is a persona. Not everybody knows, oh, this is not what a normal relationship looks like, you know? So I think that's like a really big thing. And also this ties into Summer Walker, what I've been seeing with Summer Walker now. I was a fan of Summer Walker, or am a fan. I like her music. I didn't really know too much about Summer Walker, to be honest, besides the fact that she was socially awkward and she didn't really like to talk in front of cameras and stuff, which is something that, you know, a lot of people don't like to do. So I didn't really see it as a big thing. But she was a person that in the beginning kept her life very private. And then she got really famous, and we got to see her relationship with London on the Track, the producer that she was with. And then we got to see her with like another baby daddy, and she had twins. And then she was single for some time, and she was dating Michi from BMF. And we were like, girl, okay, clearly you don't make good decisions in men, but hey, touche. I'm not here to judge the type of men that you date. I really don't care about that. I liked her music. I really liked the first album she came out with, Over It. During that time I was going through a breakup, so I could really relate to some of the music that she was making and just feeling just typical feelings of a woman. But recently, she's coming out with a new album. I was already side-eyeing her a little bit because of her choice of men. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm like, okay, she just makes poor choices in men. I'm not thinking really anything of it. Well, it came out recently that she's having an affair with Rich the Kid, which he's like a girl, like, come on. That's the first thing I thought of is, girl, come on. Like, Rich the Kid was like popular back in 2017, girl. Like, you are an up and coming star now. You're super popping, whether I want to admit it or like, I don't even care. I'll admit it. She's such a popular artist. She's at such a scale. And then Rich the Kid hasn't been known since like 2017. Honestly, shout out to him for still making money and still being relevant in these times. Apparently he was in Rolling Loud India, so shout out to him. Like, but she, I guess, I don't know, something happened where she was exposed with Rich the Kid. And I guess it was Tori, his fiance, I guess you could say, because I don't know if they're married, but Tori, I guess, exposed Summer Walker. And I get why she would do that, because it's like, girl, you over here making all these love songs, you have all these fans, you want to make it seem like you're such a lover girl, that you don't understand why men do you wrong, and then you're over here talking to a man that you know has a family, has a girl. And it's like, girl, you don't even have to do that. Like, you are Summer Walker. Like, what is going? And that's where it ties into, like, maybe she doesn't have any self-worth, but at the same time, like, what example are you setting? Even if you don't want to be an example to set, you're a successful woman, you're a successful Black woman. People look up to you, people listen to your music, and this is what you're going to display. So basically, she came out after that photo was leaked, and she basically tried to troll Tori by basically telling her, like, yeah, I'm with your man and he pays my bills and I don't want nothing serious with him, I just want to be the side. And I guess she thought that, like, all of the internet was gonna be like on her side or like praise her for it. And there were some women I saw the shade room comments praising her, but then I did see a lot of backlash, because it's true. Like, Summer, girl, what are we doing here? Like, even if you don't want to be an example to set, do you not understand the type of karma that you're initiating in your life? Okay, you had a relationship with London on the Track, he cheated on you, you constantly get cheated on. Okay, I understand the hurt from that, but the way you're turning that hurt and you're trying to like justify it by being the side to a rapper that's not even that successful anymore, and saying that you're with him because he pays your bills and he gives you attention. Like, girl, what does that say about you? What does that say about you? Like, you need this dusty man's attention and you don't even need his money. You're rich and you got kids. Like, don't you want to be an example to your kids? But I guess, like, not everybody cares. Not everybody wants to be an example to their kids. But it's like, what could this, but like, just think about the women out here that could be influenced by, oh, Summer Walker's over here being a side, I'm okay with being a side too. And it's sad. Like, do we not have any morals? And I don't think she's understanding like, you put this out on a mass scale, you try to joke about it, you try to troll, you're ruining your future dating opportunities. No guy is gonna want to take you serious, or if a guy wants to take you serious, it's because he's on the same type of time as you. So it's just like, I don't know what she was trying to do by that, but I feel like she needs to be mindful of the fact that, you know, you're a celebrity. If you don't want to be judged for what you do, and, you know, if you're doing something you're not proud of, okay, you got exposed. You didn't have to say anything. You didn't have to try to troll. Like, I know that was like, okay, maybe I could make this cool, but it's not cool. However you try to put it, it's not cool. And it's like, you're contributing to that toxic type of situationship that is going on in society, and you're not helping at all. Like, now girls are just okay with being the side, knowing that the girl has a whole family, and then you're trying to troll her for staying. But it's like, people should be trolling you for your decisions and the fact that you chose this man when there's so many men in the world. But yeah, moving on from Summer Walker. I feel like with streaming also, I see a lot of streaming couples now. For streaming, I think it's acceptable to a certain degree, because I see scales like, for example, DDG in India, which I feel like they do tatter on the line, because it's like, I feel like they do share a lot. And I don't know, sometimes I feel like they overshare, and it's like, yeah, I have to remember that at the end of the day, you're putting your lives on the internet. Like there's a reason why celebrities like Beyonce, Frank Ocean, they're so successful and they choose to keep certain things private, because it's just like society, you know, like society is gonna have a say, society is gonna look at your relationship, society is gonna idolize you. So it's better to just, if you don't think that you're gonna have a positive impact in some way, or if you don't want people to have an opinion on what goes on in your life, just don't share it. Well, maybe that's just the way I think, because I did study public relations, but I don't know, I thought this was common sense. But yeah, but like, for example, there's couples like Coco and Memphis, that producer, that they were like in a couple for a long time, but he kept cheating on her, and then they would get back together, and then he was like on drugs, and they had a baby, and you know, they continue to put their relationship out there. But it's like, I don't know, like at the end of the day, we have to set realistic standards as a society. This is what we can do, because we can't do anything about how other people are going to act. Celebrities are celebrities at the end of the day. They make money to expose themselves. They're going to continue to do that. But as people, we really have to know that social media is not real life, and that includes streaming, TV, or it can be real life. But just know that if you choose to live that life, it has real life consequences. Even if you look at situations that's happening, for example, Chrisean and Blueface, just the way that Chrisean is spiraling and the way that everything is going. Blueface just got out of jail. He went to jail for months. They have a child with disabilities. Everything has consequences, and we as typical people with 9-to-5s that have hobbies, that are regular people, don't think that your life is going to be the same as these famous people. And don't idolize these famous people, because they're not the same. We're not the same. We are regular people, and they will do anything for a check, even if that means lose their entire dignity. They're already committed to that lifestyle. They're already far too gone down the road. They don't care. They don't care about morals. They don't care about dignity. All they care about is fame, making money. That's it. That's really what we have to come to realize. So we as people, we just have to say, is this what I want for myself? And you know, that's that. Make smart choices. Don't be the side. And make better choices in relationships, and you know, have morals. Having morals is not a bad thing. Not wanting to be with a man that cheats is not a bad thing. Not wanting to cheat is not a bad thing. Staying with a man after he cheats is not the preferred thing to do, but you know, women do it. And I've been that woman. And did I have regrets towards it? Yes, there was moments that I'm like, damn, I was really dumb. I should have like moved on a long time ago. But you know, that was part of my process. Will I tolerate it again? No, absolutely not. Why? Because I learned self-love, and I learned that life goes on. You can be with a partner, you can love that partner, but at the end of the day, if for whatever reason you can't be with that partner anymore, you will find somebody else, or you will find happiness in other ways. You do not have to be with somebody. You should be comfortable enough with yourself that you're okay with being alone. And that's just the reality of it. But give me some of your opinions of what you think. Do you guys agree with me? Because I really do be seeing stuff online, and I'm like, wow, it's so crazy how much we're exposing of ourselves, or like how much we expose to people. And we don't even think about what type of influence this has on others, what this has on society, how society is going to change in the future with things like live streaming and all of that, and just putting all of your life on the internet, even moments you're not proud of. And so yeah, let me know if you agree with anything that I said, and if you would like to talk with me about a topic in the comments, you can do so. And if you would like to suggest any other topic in the future, be sure to let me know. In this video, it's a voiceover because I cannot do a voiceover and do my makeup at the same time. I just can't. I tried it before. Shout out to anybody that can do it, but I can't. So hopefully in the future I can get more accustomed to doing it. But for now, these are how I'm gonna do my videos. So thanks for watching. If you liked the content that you watch and you agree with my opinion, you could give it a like, and you could subscribe to my channel for more future content like this. Thank you.